Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the More You Look podcast. My name is Femi Anthony. I've got my friend here, Shegun Sky.
What's up, what do you do, people? Welcome.
It's been a while.
It's been a few days.
Yeah, it's been a few. We didn't drop. We missed one episode because, as usual, one child in my kids' school had coronavirus, and the school decided to shut the entire school, and the kids had to self-isolate at home.
Well,
So
they are
I
just
couldn't- I
trying to
couldn't
play
bring the
safe,
kids to the
innit?
studio.
They are trying to play safe, innit?
Well, don't worry. By December, when we are on another lockdown number 4, or is it 5?
Yeah.
We all know what's going on there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Cases are rising, so
it's beginning to rise.
hopefully we don't go on any more lockdown. I can't handle it anymore.
With this Delta variant. That's true, Speaking of cases, speaking of COVID, I would like us to say rest in peace to Nigerian movie veteran actress Rachel Oniga.
Yeah.
She passed away apparently due to COVID complications, apparently according to Instablog. And that really hit me when I read that.
I'm surprised you are quoting Instablog. Are they
Well,
a reliable source?
Instablog is not a reliable source, but I've not heard anyone dispute it yet.
Yes.
Yet. But even if she didn't die by COVID, rest in peace to the woman. She's a legend. I think I've been watching her movies ever since I was a teenager. She passed away early 60s, I think, and that's very young. And I hope and I pray that her soul finds eternal rest.
And God give the family, the fortitude to bear with such a loss.
Rest in peace, Auntie Rachel. God bless you. God bless your family. The Olympic is on, Tokyo 2020, and it's already, there's a lot of madness going on presently from all sides, to be honest. Before we even go far at all, I would like us, before we delve into today's topics, I want us to appreciate one of our fans. I don't know if we should call him the fan of the week or fan of the month.
You know what?
But what I know is,
to be honest, I spoke with from our sponsors. They are looking at even awarding one of our fans, a £20 voucher to spend on delumall.com. We'll talk about that afterwards. Okay. Yeah, you're right to say. Is
presently is our number one fan. His name is Yomi Alao.
Thanks a lot, bro.
Go on YouTube, check all the videos. He's on there commenting. We get his feedback. We appreciate.
Thanks for the love, bro.
You're following us, and we appreciate you, Yomi.
And
peace up, bro.
And before we move on from the him, I wanted us to just talk about the last episode where we talked about sexual decisions. When you asked, is a guy allowed, or is a partner allowed to cheat on their partner if they have been refused sex? We talked about this.
Yeah.
So Yomi said it's not enough to go outside to cheat on your woman, because she refuses you sex. That means
he's agreeing with us, isn't it?
Yeah. To find out, you need to find out why she refuses you. Secondly, try to meet her in the middle.
Fine.
And if nothing works,
we've discussed that already. We've appreciated you. I have one question for you. One question.
Yeah.
And I'll be happy if somebody, if any of you guys can, give your feedback.
Yeah.
I need to understand what's going on. Who did this to us?
As a country.
No, seriously.
No.
Who caused us?
Bro, that's the question.
As Nigerians, who caused us?
Even Mongo Park cannot answer that question.
Why are we like this?
Isaac Newton does not have a formula for that question.
What is wrong with us? Honestly.
It's just so deep-rooted,
Every year, at every opportunity, Nigeria as a country will not fail to disappoint you.
I think whoever cost us, like you said, I think they gave us the way may I say it too. They gave us like a bit of glory like the same level of glory as the level of shame.
We have deep issues.
We're shining.
Glory?
We're shining some aspects.
What aspects?
People from Nigerian descent, they go outside and they perform well.
It is only when they go outside. I'm talking.
But they are still of Nigerian descent.
Well, Hush Puppy went outside and performed well too. So we can take it from that side. I get what you mean. I've read of doctors performing amazing miracles.
Exactly. That's
Nigerian doctors.
So
I've heard of Nigerian students abroad.
Exactly.
Attaining amazing educational heights and all that stuff. Fine. But let's talk about Tokyo 2020.
Yeah.
What I've found out so far, what I've read so far about our Nigerian contingents to the Olympics is that when they got there, first and foremost, there's this video online of some of the athletes. When you go to a country during the Olympic, you try to see the environment. You go into buses.
Yeah, a little bit of tourism.
And there was this Nigerian guy that accosted the athletes on the bus, and he started abusing them, saying that they are failures. That the fact that they could agree to go represent Nigeria abroad, despite everything going on back home, with people being arrested for speaking their thoughts, with journalists rotting in jail just for expressing their journalistic rights and all that. So I was watching that video. The man may have, I don't even think he has a point, to be honest, because whatever happens, you're meant to.
It does have a point, but the way about
it was harassing them on the bus. It was abusing them, it was cursing them and all that stuff. So that happened at first, and I should have known that was the prelude to
a lot of.
Oh my God.
Open heavens.
Apparently,
open season.
Some of the athletes, I think 10 of the athletes, got dropped, got ejected from the competition just because the association, the Nigerian association to the Olympics, did not, failed to properly register them. Who does that? Imagine those poor athletes preparing for years for their moments of glory, only to find out that the country they are representing failed to properly register them. What did this to us? What is wrong with us? What is our problem? Because I honestly don't understand this. There is no time that Nigeria does not cease to make you sad. Remember when we were much younger, we still had one thing to hold on to, and that was the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Yeah.
No matter how bad things were in those days.
We always
remember how
cheer and roots.
I remember watching USA 94. There was no electricity where we were living. There was no electrical wires in our estate. Nobody had electricity. We didn't have electricity for 6 years. We didn't even have, it was a new place, new site.
Okay, yeah.
So they didn't have electricity there. So what we did was, there was this man that would attach his battery to his black and white TV, his car battery to his black and white TV. And we would all huddle together. And while the hardship was like smack in your face in those days, we were happy because we had one thing to look forward to. Super Eagles of Nigeria. Whenever they were playing football, we were so eager to see JJ Okocha,
to
see Sunday Olise.
Everybody came out, even if you don't love football,
all those guys, we were always excited to see them. It was like the one tiny straw of beam of hope for us then.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to. But nowadays, there's literally nothing. If you're not hearing of one Hush Puppy getting arrested, you are hearing of the so-called front man for law enforcement being corrupt to the core. Nothing makes anyone happy in that country.
Even our currency, they shame us.
Look at Nigerians that are now have been representing other countries and doing exceptionally well at the Olympics. It is a shame. You take these athletes abroad, failing to register them, and that's not all. I even heard that the one athlete that I've always followed all through my teenage years, I've always been a fan of Blessing Okagbare. And apparently she got, caught for doping. Apparently they found human growth hormones in her system. But one thing I know though, from the little research I did on this doping or no doping incidents with athletes, is that a lot of the times they don't even know that they are ingesting this thing into their body.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes in with maybe medications they are using or whatever, but still, it's no excuse. It's no excuse. They have to take responsibility for their diet, for their medications and whatnot they put into their body. So blessing got dropped from the competition for doping.
Yeah.
Another smear on Nigeria. And let me tell you the icing on the cake. The icing on the cake. As I yesterday, I was reading that apparently Puma gave $2 million to somebody in Nigeria Association to kit the players for the Olympics. Not one Nigerian athlete in the Olympics is putting on any Puma kit. So which means there's a lawsuit coming somewhere.
They're wearing whatever
there's a lawsuit somewhere down.
That's if they will see somebody to hold now. You don't know Nigeria.
They don't know who they give money to.
They would know, but how are you going to hold the person responsible in Nigerian courts?
That person probably disappeared.
In Nigerian courts.
When a whole FBI is asking Nigerian government to hand over Abu Kyari, what is that idiot's name? Abba Kyari.
Yeah.
And they have till now they haven't. As of yesterday, I found out that at least 4 FBI agents or something are already in Nigeria, trying to negotiate, the extradition of what do we call it? It's crazy.
You know the irony. America always has a way to bargain something with most countries.
Oh no, they'll just.
But in Nigeria's case, I'm trying to see what will they bargain.
One thing you need to understand is, don't be fooled. If they want him.
No, if they want him, they will get him. You understand? They can kidnap him overnight. And
not even that. A country that can invade Iraq for their oil.
But if they want to go about it, legally and openly for everybody to.
Because it's a two-way.
It's just one way.
One way I'm thinking that Buhari may not want to hand him over because that's his boy. Right?
Yeah.
And please, I read somewhere that the reason Abu Kyari's name or whatever the fuck his name is being mentioned is because Hush Puppy was presented with a plea deal. And the way the law works in America is if you're caught for something,
if you're cooperating,
they don't care about you.
Yeah,
you are small fish. Hush Puppy is actually the front man. He's just the face of the whole.
If you cooperate and you give other people
enterprise. But here is the thing: when they catch you, they are going to use you to get the bigger fish.
Yeah.
So they hit you with a plea deal. So if your sentence was meant to be 25 or 20 years or whatever, they'll tell you, you know what, we will cut it by half.
Yeah.
And if we cut it by half, even at that,
the miracle of American justice system.
You get me? But you have to give us this person and this person. Who are the people behind you? So my guy now is singing like a canary and is mentioning names. And even Abu Kyari, as at yesterday, it could be true, it could be false. It was in the Nigerian papers that he's now saying that if he gets extradited, that he is going to start mentioning names too.
Jesus Christ.
I do not understand.
I beg. America, please extradite.
Just get all of them, please.
Whatever way you can get him.
But one thing
get him to the US. Let him sing. So basically, you understand Nigeria's justice system. Hopefully,
Nigerian justice what?
The Nigerian system, the way it is basically embedded in corruption.
Is there anything called
justice system? Yes, we have.
Does it exist?
We have.
Are you serious?
Does it work? That's another thing.
Are you serious?
Bro, that's another.
Do you know that if you call the police, if somebody scams you now of 300,000 naira, if you go to the police, they might charge you 400,000 naira for the operation.
Exactly. Is it just that one? When we were growing up, did we not know stories that move around then that when they're robbing in your they are robbing in your house? If you call
the police, they will say no fuel, no petrol for car.
Or they will arrive after the robbers have gone. Then they will arrest
all the teenagers in the area.
We that would normally play football around, that's the people they're going to arrest. You understand? That's the way the system is. But back to sports, you understand? I was going to say something. Apparently, at the end of the day, these things about Nigerian athletes shaming us outside the shows, at the end of the day, it still boils down to the government. Every country, because it's not only Nigerians that were sent home. 10 other players from 5 other countries were sent home.
But why do we have to be part of it?
Yeah, I know.
Why can't we just get this correctly?
Yeah. So most countries, this is the policy for most countries, especially now in Corona period. You understand? you're supposed to test your players so that this kind of thing don't happen. You understand? It's like you now sending your kid to school. You're supposed to check your school. Your kids. Oh, they're fine. Books check, uniform check. Because it's shameful for your kid to get to school and be sent home just because they don't have their socks on, just because they don't have the correct uniform on, because you have failed to do the first.
You know what I mean?
Check.
Those poor athletes.
But the coach said the reason why that at the end of the day, Nigerian government are responsible for blessing. What's her name?
Okagbare.
Yeah, Okagbare is being sent home because at the end of the day they didn't test any of the Nigerian kids. That's what the coach is saying.
Wow.
You understand? So at the end of the day, like I said, it's still the country. If the country is not functioning, how do you expect every other thing?
It's frustrating. Nothing
if
works.
the head is not functioning.
Man, moving on, man. Because I'm getting rapidly pissed off. Moving on, I want us to discuss something that I actually fancy, something that actually will lift the mood. Do we miss Usain Bolt at this Olympics or not?
Do we miss him?
Yeah, the world does.
Obviously.
Because all over social media, his name was actually trending. 2 days ago and yesterday, his name was trending.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, which brings the question that I have for you today. You guys out there, you can engage. Let's get your comments and stuff. Is Usain Bolt the greatest Olympian ever, or the greatest athlete of his generation, at least?
I think, obviously, now that he's retired, without a doubt,
don't forget,
he is one of the greatest.
Because when
is he the greatest? I don't know. I don't.
Yeah. Reason why I said this is
he's probably
Hear me out. Yeah, hear my argument here. Michael Phelps of America, he won 28 gold medals in swimming. You get me?
Okay.
Don't forget the legend that is, what's her name again? Simon, what's her name? See if you can remind me of her name. This lady that, Simon Biles.
Oh, okay. That lady
that does,
she's still
legend.
Yeah, absolutely. How many medals does she have?
I can't even count. I can't remember.
Because she's still relatively young.
Yeah.
No. What I mean is
26.
Yeah, she's not.
She's an absolute legend already.
Yeah, she's not retired. So.
But you see, the reason why I think Usain Bolt is possibly the greatest athlete of all time, if anything, is, think about it. When Michael Phelps was winning all those gold medals, all right. Look at the people that he was competing against. You get me?
Yeah.
Look at the people Michael Phelps was competing against. Look at the people Simon Biles have been competing against. None of these people can lace their shoes. You get me? They are not even in the same league with Phelps or Biles.
Alright, let me just let me divert.
No, before you divert, but look at the competition, the rivalry
how
that has followed Usain Bolt. He had Tyson Gay, he had Justin Gatlin. He was competing against the very best.
And he actually run the career of some of them.
He was competing against the very best, and he made it look easy.
Alright, in terms of the greatest athlete of all time, because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, we'll still have to check the Google and Bing search.
Oh yeah.
So according to Google, the greatest athlete of all time goes, according to Top End Sports, goes to Bo Jackson.
Oh yeah.
He's a basketballer apparently. I'm not even aware of him.
But then ask yourself.
Yeah.
For me, yeah.
But let's check for Olympics before we go. After your points.
Yeah. For me, it's always and will always be about the competition.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why today we are saying Messi is the greatest footballer of all time, all right, is the competition he played against. You get me?
Yeah.
Look at the awards he's won. But mainly it's the competition. Maradona was considered the greatest athlete, footballer of all time.
Yeah.
But look at the people he played with in those days now. Simple pass and I'm not belittling his achievement, but look at Maradona and look at Messi. For Messi to be doing what he's doing today to people, today, to entire teams.
No,
you get me? Look at Ronaldo.
I suppose.
So
whether we like it or whether you like it or not, we will always be a bit partial to our own generation. If you speak with someone that is from Maradona's and Pele's era, that they are going to tell you.
People from Maradona and Pele's era are looking at Messi and they are calling him a god.
Okay. Yeah, that there's no way there's not going to be an exception.
Even
there's no way there's not going to be.
The oldies from this.
Bro,
they are worshiping Lionel Messi because they see what this guy is doing.
There's no way there's not going to be an exception to every rule. You understand?
And Messi is an exception. In terms of, and when it comes to athletics and Olympics, you're saying Leo Bolt,
now
the exception.
Okay.
Best that ever was, the best there is, the best there will ever be.
How many medals has?
Well, Usain Bolt has 8 medals, but you need to remember, he won them in athletics.
Do you know? Hang on.
He won those medals in athletics.
Do you know?
Look at the people he was racing against.
Femi, listen. According to you, you have said your own opinion.
People were doping to challenge this guy.
Wait, you have said your opinion. You understand? Now, me, I'm just gonna revert. I agree with you.
You say it,
I agree with you.
It made it look easy.
I agree with you. First of all, you mentioned
this
Messi.
Is the first.
Everybody knows
this is the
Barcelona
first Olympics that Hussein is not running, and it just looks boring.
I am not arguing with you. I agree with you. You understand? He's in my generation. You mentioned Messi, so for that one self, you get 20 points.
It's the greatest of all time.
But according to Google, you understand? Wait. According to Wiki now, actually. In terms of multiple winners and their achievements, Usain Bolt is number 62. 61.
That bullshit.
On the list. According to Wikipedia, I'm not the. Now, at the top, guess who? You mentioned the person earlier.
Simon Biles.
No, in terms of Olympics.
Michael Phelps.
That's the person that, according to Wikipedia, is the highest. Medals. You understand?
But you see, they are judging it by the medals.
Yeah.
And you know that
it's like Ronaldo and Messi.
Don't you
People will say Messi has not won anything for his country.
But how many races you have to run to get 20 medals?
You are entitled. You know how
many Olympics you have to go to?
You are entitled to your own. And Michael Phelps, okay, the guy actually. He had a long-lasting career, 2004 to 2016. That's 12 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Usain was for how many years now?
That's what I'm saying. So, do you know how many races?
He was 8 years. That's 4 years short.
So, think about it.
But that's just 4 years short.
But that's what I'm saying. In every Olympics outing, there's only you run the 100 meters, you run 200 meters, you run 4x400 meters. Usain Bolt only runs 200 meters and 100 meters. What do you want him to do?
Yeah.
And in those two competitions,
you are preaching to the choir here. I agree with
guys.
You.
Who do you think is the greatest athlete of this generation and of all time?
Guys,
for me,
let us know your
between
thoughts.
Usain Bolt and Simon Biles.
Yeah. So
please,
like I said,
because they made it look easy.
Yeah.
The things they did. Honestly, this guy will be running. He will leave people. He will leave gap, and then he will slow down and start smiling. Sky, please, let's move on. I get pissed off.
You're preaching to the choir.
But
I don't want us to sound like a partial podcast.
I can be partial.
Yes, but at the same time, we should let people know that okay, there are other information outside.
There's something about Jamaicans, though.
Yeah.
This country is a country of more or less 3 million people.
Yeah, I forget about population.
And
if you're gonna
every Olympics, they produce some of the best athletes when it comes to athletics. How and why? Have you seen the 6 packs on those women? I've never seen when you see them with those 6 packs and the big bum bum. Oh boy! I don't know how anyone can run that fast with those bum bum. No, seriously. Yes, I was looking at the athletics and I said,
I'm gonna check their pictures.
Seriously, just search for. Look.
Oh my God!
Look at the bum bums.
Yeah, I gotta show people this.
See the back off.
Bakiana.
And they are running fast.
They say it's Bakiana. Yeah, it's Bakiana that they call it.
You know, I'm just joking though, but the thing is, those women can run. The 100 meters, first position, second position,
those girls,
third position, all to Jamaica. I mean, how do they? I mean, just a very small island.
Bro.
And they produce some of the fastest humans on earth.
No, it's all about dedication. You know, they too, they have their own political mess. You know,
I'm never putting politics to that.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. They too, they have.
What are they? What is the?
But in terms of sports, you know, in terms
what
of
makes them think?
What we don't know, the rest of the world is we don't quite know how much their government invests into this.
Sports. Because if you think about it, I think it's a little bit of government interest, government being serious about their athletes, and a larger part of it comes from sponsorship.
Okay.
Because if you watch Usain Bolt's career, all through his career, I think it was sponsored by Puma, all through. Then it got sponsored by Virgin Atlantic or whatever they call it.
Yeah, Virgin. He was.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah. So I think a larger part of it, and because this company, these organizations already know, the reputation is already there.
Yeah.
So from when you are 9, 10, 11, and they see you as a prospect, they are already down with sponsoring you all through your career because they know. I mean, think about it. Right from the Asafa Powells to
it's a guaranteed investment.
They know that this is going to be a winner. You know, so I don't know. I think other countries can take. I mean, Nigeria is the largest African country, and we are just basically just useless. Bro. I really don't. It's hard for me. I don't understand.
Anyways, well, the only thing I can say is we just gotta keep praying for our country.
Moving on.
Hopefully,
you know what? We might end up titling this episode the sports episode because we are mainly going to talk about sports today. I'm sorry, guys, but the Olympics is on. We can just dedicate one episode. Let's talk about football.
Okay.
During the last, what did they even just finish playing? Was it the
Euros and
the last Euros
and South America?
Yeah, I was thinking of the scandal. You know, the racial abuse that the 3 black England players got and all that stuff.
Oh, it was terrible.
You know what? It took me back home to Nigeria because. Racism is a bad thing. It's evil. Yeah. It makes you lose your confidence if you're not a very strong person with a thick skin.
Yeah.
Even no matter how thick your skin is, it affects you mentally because these guys get a lot of it. You know, I mean, I know racism is very bad. It's evil. We can't completely eradicate it because there will always be dickheads about. But you know. During that Euros and when the racial abuse started pouring in and all that stuff, it took me back to
Nigeria
and Nigerian football generally. Remember those days where when going to watch football at the stadium, you have to go like you are going to a battle.
You go with your group.
You have to go with your group because you know there's possibility that the referee is going to get beat up. There's possibility that after the game or even during the game, fans of the opposing teams will start clashing. And you don't want to be the one that will go with knife sticking out of your eyeball or from your neck. You know? It's just
even just, you know, as you was talking about it now, it just reminded me that it kind of started from like a charity begins at home situation because even like from the secondary school, when each school play the other one.
Inter sports.
You
know those fights that used to happen in inter sports.
Oh my God, especially if you're unfortunate that your school is the away team. If your school is the home team, you still have some.
Because you have lots of people there to support you.
If your school is the away team, forget it too.
Football is crazy.
Forget it too.
It is nasty behavior, man.
I mean, Nigerians, I think back to what you were saying, Nigerians, we have no chill. When it comes, especially with Nigeria Twitter. Nigeria Twitter already is a thing.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I don't think there's UK Twitter. There's Twitter.
There's Twitter everywhere though, but
no. You don't get me. They don't recognize UK Twitter.
Nah, not really.
UK Twitter is just Twitter.
That's it. Yeah.
You understand? But Nigeria Twitter, it is a thing.
Alive and
it's an element on its own. They have no chill. Any topic, you understand?
Bang on.
So all this,
fire for fire.
You understand?
We always choose violence.
Exactly. All this blessing of Agbere and whatnot. Nigerians will always have something to say.
Oh yeah. You have to go check out Savage Twitter replies or something.
Exactly. So I mean, what's the Nigerian community saying about all this athletic wherever,
Oh well, people are just giving their views. Not only, what do you? People are used to it. No, it's for people. I think there's something going on with Nigerians and Nigeria that is disheartening, and it's basically where we've been conditioned. You see, I mean, think about it. Growing up, the things we see now, the kind of violence that we see on the TV.
Yeah.
It's almost as if we lack sentiments as a people, because we've been conditioned to see really gory stuff from a very young age.
Yeah.
Back home, I saw my first jungle justice probably at the age of 11 or 12, going to school, to Unilag staff school. I don't know what this guy stole. Next thing I knew, somebody had already put tire on his neck. Somebody was getting petrol
That's
from their
another
car.
thing you don't see
And they bought my life.
anywhere around in the world.
You will never see that anywhere in the first world country.
You might see it in maybe Lebanon.
Lebanon is not a first world country. That's
but yeah, I understand.
I
But
said
Nigeria,
first world country.
the first, I think I wasn't more than maybe 8 or 9 that I saw about Yomi Alao might know this, because it happened like very close to his house then, his family house. So basically, the first time I ever saw somebody or saw blood,
killed,
someone else's blood, apart from when I'm playing football and I help myself, somebody getting killed, was this guy stole. Unfortunately, from when I don't know how they got to know it was the one, blah blah blah. The chase ensued. This guy now ran into these soccer ways that we have in Nigeria.
God, yeah.
A very long one.
Very open, yeah.
So the guy now ran into it.
Oh shit.
Thinking that maybe we stay there, people will forget. They will go home and forget that he stole things.
We'll sneak out and all that stuff.
My people try to enter, but because it's a very long tunnel, I'm going to call it a tunnel because it was really long, but you can only squat inside.
Oh my god.
You understand?
So they decided to.
So what people started doing was they stayed in both sides. They started smoking him out with burnt tire.
Sugar.
So at the end of the day, when the guy was almost getting choked in there, he came out. The next thing, the first guy, I've forgotten this guy's name, but the next thing we heard, Pepsi or bottle. Boom! The guy stabbed the guy's leg here. First of all, so that to disable him, so that he's not running anyway. Stabbed his tendons here like this. Pooh, blood. That's the first time I ever saw blood.
As a child,
As a child.
Imagine dealing
You understand?
So we've been conditioned to bullshit. Basically, that's what I was trying to say. So when I see some things happening,
I need I need therapists. Reliving this moment.
I asked a question on my Facebook the other day. I like the fact that this episode we've not written anything down. We're just talking. It's just segueing into one thing into another. We're just getting lost in I asked a question on my Facebook the other day. I said, so what happens when you start saying some shit to your therapist and your therapist start crying? Somebody said the therapist is showing empathy. What sort of empathy is that?
It's empathy.
My guy, if you see 10 patients a day,
it might not be.
Are you going to cry for the whole day?
It might not be professional.
What does that do for your own mental health
it
as
might
a
not be
therapist?
professional. I can't even be a therapist because imagine people offloading on you.
Yeah, but the
now
thing is,
you are bound by profession and legal. Whatever.
Professionally, therapists have to have a therapist themselves. Because
I've seen
has been
a couple of
offloaded onto them, they then have to go offload it.
But they are not allowed to actually talk about
they are not going to talk about
cases.
They are just going to talk about what is going on with them based on what they've, taken in on a daily basis. You can't keep crying over every sad story you hear. You're going to sit in your office crying all day, every day. You get what I mean? So as a therapist, I think
at this point, it's just occurring to me again that we owe women, we owe spouses, your partners.
Let me tell you.
You might owe them an apology. You remember on this same podcast we discussed that women should allow us cry and
yes,
you understand.
But the difference is,
imagine if your spouse has to.
But that's not it.
Over and over again. They too, they will need someone to cry.
I disagree, and I'll tell you why.
I'm just joking. Bro.
Yeah, I know, but I'll tell you why. We are asking women to allow us to just express ourselves, to be emotional around them, to not be seen as weak just because we're vulnerable and we want them to see our vulnerability. Yeah. So that's different from you going to a therapist. Yeah, somebody that you're meant to, offload to. That is meant to show you the pathway. That's their job. A therapist is meant to show you the pathway to properly managing your emotions and whatever you're, sifting through things that you're going through and all that stuff. So now, if I go to a therapist and a therapist starts crying, what is that meant to do to me?
Bro, you join him.
Yeah, you were going to ask me a question earlier.
No, you join him. But it's a different this thing.
Hit me with it.
Now we talked. There was a time on this podcast where we talked about helping families back home and all that, and helping people generally. So I wanted to ask you that, what is your perception generally when you help someone? Okay, now there's two scenarios. Now, if I just come to you and say, Femi, I'm broke, man, I need money for my child's school fees and blah blah blah. Then I don't care where you get it. Let me just put that. I don't care where you get the money, how you got it, if you have to kill someone for it, but you give the money to me. Then on my, this is social media age. Then you see on my Insta story the next day, all my guys are ballers. Oh yeah, I bought my wallet. You understand?
That's not.
And you now see that. How do you feel about that situation? That's one scenario. Then the other scenario is, do you actually have friends that, or people in your life that, okay, you are okay with them telling you the truth? Oh, guy, I want to go ball. There's some closeness that you get that your guy will tell you.
Well, the first thing is, it's a very broad issue. Based on the second point you made, that depends on the relationship you have.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I don't think I have anyone I can call right now, because you know what they say about the person who helps a lot. Rarely, sometimes, have anyone to help him, and that unfortunately has been my situation for like the past 10 to 15 years now. Right now, I don't have one person I can call to say, I'm in deep shit. Can you help me with this amount of money? Or, can you just be there for me? Well, I don't. I'm the guy there for everyone, which is okay. But you can give a man a fish, like they say, every day.
Yeah.
Or you can teach a man
how to fish.
If you teach a man how to fish, he won't come to you all the time for fish.
Not in Nigeria.
Because he will
You'll talk about this over and over again.
Yeah, I just believe that in the world we live today, people are going through a lot. And I think that hunger will make you realize the talent you don't have.
Yeah.
So, I know somebody who studied law, but who is now selling second-hand clothing in Nigeria. And she's doing well. She's making, I would say, she's trying. She's making something of it. She's growing that business well.
Yeah.
And it started from her, being hospitalized for a cesarean, she was going to have a baby.
Had some complications.
So our family members thought, you know what, let's buy a lot of baby stuff to help her with from here. And they sent it to her, and she thought, oh, I could actually sell
this stuff,
these things, So she got her family members to do it again and said, look, send me another batch of baby clothing and I will sell it. And from there I can roll over that money myself and try to build something from it. She started small, from like a seed. And it grew into a whole plant of a good business venture. But you see, the problem with our people is, even when you try to teach them to fish, my G, they will eat that fish that you taught them and still come back to you. Because everybody, when you go to church and your pastor is telling you that, what's it called? Unwarranted favor. That you will see unwarranted favor this week,
yeah.
unmerited favor. It's bullshit, really. You're supposed to be encouraging people to work hard and then forgot to bless them.
That's another topic entirely.
No, honestly, and let's not even go there because I'm going to get pissed off. Nigerian pastors piss me. I hate most of them. That's the truth.
It is a strong word.
No, I hate most of them because of what they are doing to people. No, I do. I was watching this church service.
Yeah.
Somebody posted it on Instagram, and there was this pastor on there, Samuel or something, this white guy in church guy, and the guy was telling his congregation, a very large following, and he was telling them that, look, no pastor, not many pastors will tell you this. I'm not stopping you from paying tithes. I'm not stopping you from doing something for the man of God. I'm not stopping you from taking care of the pastor's wife, but make your priority to take care of your family first.
Yeah.
He said to them, if you have money, start a small business. Don't go and give everything to your pastor. And I was looking at this guy that I'm sure this guy can't be a Nigerian. But
there are very few of them like that.
There are few of them that the congregation was silent. It was telling them that, look, I know you might not want to believe or hear what I'm saying, but prioritize taking care of your family.
Yeah.
Because if you die or if you go broke today, pastor will not come to your aid. Another person will take your place in the church as chairman.
Another thing that came to mind just as you're talking now is that there has been quite a rise of pastors that actually preach your prosperity. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have tried to use that to actually tap more money from you, but there are quite some that they will still teach you how to prosper financially. The TD Jakes kind of style of how do I put it?
Format
spirituality.
Please.
You understand?
All of them
No. But the old school, like our daddies, they will call them prosperity preachers. So I think it's up to you to discern what's good for you at the end of the day. You know,
choose what works for you and all that stuff.
But you did not answer my question.
Okay.
Are you happy with me scamming you for money and popping champagne?
Honestly, this is what I would say. This is the way I see things.
Yeah.
Honestly, if somebody comes to you and says, "Please, I need $200 or £200," it doesn't matter what they need it for. It doesn't matter what they tell you that they need it for.
Okay.
They could tell you, "My mother is in hospital dying, and I really need £200 to pay the hospital bills." If you give them that £200, and then you see on Instagram the next day, them popping bottles and whatever. Honestly, personally, my own personal view, it has nothing to do with me. Because the moment I transfer that money to you, the money stops being mine.
Stops being yours.
It becomes yours.
So
it's like saying,
you're not responsible.
It's like saying when you give somebody with a car, because they told you that I need this car to be taking my kids to school because their school is far, and then you see them carrying prostitutes in the car. It has nothing to do with you. You get me?
Yeah.
But what will not happen, and that is the what will not happen is you will not come back to me again because you will get hair. No, that's the truth. That's the way I operate. You will get hair.
Anyways, like I said, the point is, me luckily I kind of have two friends that I can call on and ask for help. You understand? They don't necessarily have to be richer than me and all that, but because of the kind of relationship we have. And these two friends, I was just thinking it yesterday and all that, and I was like, you know what? Me and these guys, we've gone through a couple of things, in life that I'm actually happy because I did a favor for someone. What brought all this back? I did a favor for someone. And what they told me they were going to use the favor for, it's not what I saw them using it for. So at first I was a bit angry.
It has nothing to do with you.
You understand? But then I realized that the favor, I don't want to monetize it. But the favor has gone out of me, so I have no control over that.
It is what it is.
So I have no control. Then I started thinking that, okay, who are in my life that they can actually, because if you're saying you don't want people to lie to you, then you must also be able to let people tell you the truth.
Yep.
You understand? Because if you scold them because of they are telling you the truth, what would happen? They would lie to you. You understand? It's as simple as that.
Yep.
If you cannot handle the truth and you chase your friends away just because they tell you, it's like if your friend is telling you, "Oh, guy, the way you dey dress, they pure," and you understand? They're not gonna tell you. They'll just say, guy.
Yeah. Those are called yes.
Dress. You understand? Exactly. So I not thought of it that how many people in my life do I actually have that I can actually handle the truth and handle the truth?
There won't be many. If you take your wife, if you remove your wife from the equation, you won't find many.
You understand? So
as long as money is involved, you won't find many.
So I now thought of that my guy that I was talking, two of them actually, but I now look at it that actually this guy, I've actually asked this guy before I got married. I've actually asked him money before. You understand? To go and see a prospect, a girlfriend. You understand? That I was trying to woo. So if he does that to me right now, I shouldn't be angry. You understand? If he can tell me the truth and say, guy, you know what? I go my guy wedding tomorrow. I don't get money.
I don't even want us to dwell on this. People should be able to be truthful with each other.
Exactly.
If I help you and you're not being truthful, and I find out you weren't truthful with me, you're gonna come back some other time, and then I'll be waiting.
Yeah.
And then it's on you to not get angry when I give you air is surplus. Air is surplus, So, anyways, before we go, I want us to round up. And one thing I want to do, cameraman is not even here, he's handling something outside. I wanted to appreciate you as my friend because, this is episode 28, I think.
28, yeah.
This is 28th episode. And for me, I feel like before we started this thing, it was just a hobby I've always wanted to do. I always write, people like engage a lot when I put things on my Facebook or my social media. And people have always said, "Oh, start a podcast," and I thought, you know what? I've always wanted to do it, but I never had time. And then I realized that
initially it was supposed to be about wrestling.
This was 6-7 years ago. I was going to make it a wrestling podcast because I'm big into wrestling and all that stuff. And I said to myself, "Wow, 6 years has passed. I still keep saying I don't have time. I'm growing up. Time is not waiting for anyone. If you have a hobby that you want to do, you better do it. If you like something that you won't believe this if I tell you that I went paddleboarding.
Yeah, I saw it on your stuff. Yeah.
I don't know how to swim, G. I'm literally just learning how to swim. Because those things that we were never...
I bet it was fun though.
Yeah. Oh my God. I really enjoyed myself. I was on a lake.
You need to
because what happens is they tie the board to one of your legs.
Yeah.
So that even if you you wear this.
I've seen it in movies because when people come out of those paddle boats and all that. Yeah. They have to take something
very
out of
dope
it.
experience.
It's like skating board too.
Oh yeah.
You get a
very wonderful experience, and I'm gonna do it again. I look forward to something like that. Okay. So my point is, if you have a hobby, if you have something that you like to do, just do it, man. Like, you only have one life to live. You know what I mean? Yeah. Time waits for no man. What you can do today, don't leave till tomorrow. Yeah. And the way England is, what you can do today, if you leave it tomorrow, law will change.
Yeah, exactly.
It's up to you. So I was reading something that Joe Rogan, put up on his Twitter, and he says that 90% of podcasts don't get past episode 3. And to be in the top 1%, you need to publish 21 episodes. Wow. And that just made me realize that we have come a long way.
So what he's saying that you are now telling me is that we are within the 1%.
Whatever, man. I mean, listen.
Chop block, oh my God.
I mean, listen to one of the Spotify analysts. This is what he had to say.
There's an interesting stat talking about the consistency thing. So 90% of podcasts that are launched don't make it past episode 3. And of the 10% that make it past episode 3, 90% don't make it past episode 20. So simply by producing 21 podcasts, you're in the top percentile of all podcasters ever.
Wow. For me, it tells me that we're consistent, we're trying, even though we all have busy lives with work and other things, family and other stuff. And I just want to appreciate you guys. I want to appreciate you. I want to appreciate Mayo, our cameraman, our producer.
Thank you, Femi. Thank you, Mayo.
You guys are dope. And before we go, I want to, song of the day. There's this guy that I noticed. I know you were talking about him earlier. This guy is dope. I'm not gonna lie.
You're gonna get our video copyrighted again.
No, this one will because it's a freestyle.
Okay.
Yeah, you know when even when major artists freestyle and they put it on YouTube, I don't think it's copyrighted because it's just a freestyle, isn't it?
Yeah, our YouTube sabi, man. At the end of the
It's
day,
just a freestyle.
we gotta put what we want. This is a podcast. It's not,
Yeah,
it's not
so his name is Kia
TV show.
Keys. Most people probably already know him. He's a UK artist, wonderful rapper, and I think he went on holiday in Ghana, and he decided to drop a freestyle named Accra Olik. This is dope tune, bro. Dope. We're just gonna play a bit of it, and I think if we talk about it, they won't strike us down or something. Kia Keys by name.
Oh, I know this song now.
Hey,
Accra Olik freestyle.
yeah.
Sky the dance, so you don't forget me. I like your time. You tell her.
Let's go.
I know Sabi dance again.
Boom. Kia Keys is his name. Kia Keys. So you guys out there, this is what I want you to do. First, share with us what you think about this ongoing Olympics. What do you think we can do as Africans to improve our image on big stages like the Olympics, and stuff like that? 2, who, in your opinion, is the best Olympian of this generation?
Yeah.
The greatest Olympian, the greatest athlete of this generation? And also, I would like you to share with us, your opinion so far about this doping, anti-doping stuff that goes on in the Olympics. Should athletes be dropped? Should their medals be, taken off them if they get caught for doping?
I feel like, okay, yeah, you're asking our audience.
Yeah, I just want you guys to share with us, who do you think is the best athlete of our generation? Please share in the comments, let us know, and on the next episode we will probably talk about the names, the names that comes up the most. Yeah. Until we see you guys next episode, stay safe, enjoy the Olympics. We wish the Great Britain good luck, because I think they are racking up the medals presently.
Yeah.
So good luck to Great Britain. Well, good luck to Nigeria in your future endeavors, and see you guys next time. Bye.